In Washington, D.C., a major crime crackdown initiated by President Trump is yielding significant results, with the White House reporting that more than 550 arrests have been made since the operation began on August 7th. The effort, part of the president's executive order to make D.C. safe and beautiful, involves a combination of local and federal law enforcement. Agencies including the FBI, DEA, and ATF are working alongside the Metropolitan Police Department with support from the National Guard. The operation escalated on August 11th, when President Trump federalized the city's police force for a 30-day period, citing a plague of violent crime. White House officials shared images of seized items from just last night's sweep, which included illegal handguns, a knife, and a backpack filled with illicit substances. Since the crackdown began, law enforcement has removed cocaine, methamphetamine, and fentanyl from the streets. Last night's operation alone resulted in 91 arrests, including 25 for illegal immigration. Officials noted many of those arrested had prior criminal histories. The arrests cover a range of offenses, from assault on a police officer and armed robbery to outstanding warrants for charges as severe as involuntary manslaughter. As of this morning, 48 homeless encampments across the city have also been cleared. A White House spokeswoman stated the arrests reveal the truth about safety in the city and that the president is making D.C. safe again by enforcing the law. The move has been criticized by Democrats, who claim crime data shows violence is trending downward. However, that claim is now complicated by a Department of Justice investigation into allegations that the Metropolitan Police Department manipulated its crime data to produce more favorable statistics. The administration's focus on law and order in the nation's capital is being matched by a new push to change the laws governing how the nation votes. President Trump has declared that mail-in ballots are corrupt and has vowed to end them, announcing that an executive order is currently being drafted by lawyers to achieve that goal. The president claims the idea originated with Russian President Vladimir Putin, who allegedly told him that it's impossible to have honest elections with mail-in voting. In his remarks, Trump argued for a return to paper ballots, claiming they are more secure and provide faster results than voting machines. However, the president faces a significant constitutional obstacle. The Constitution grants state legislatures the authority to prescribe the manner of holding elections, meaning a presidential executive order to ban a specific voting method would likely face immediate and severe legal challenges. While Congress can alter such state regulations, it's unclear if the president could secure the necessary votes. This new hardline stance marks a sharp reversal from 2020, when Trump and the Republican Party actively encouraged mail-in voting. This flexibility is a hallmark of the president's political style, similar to his recent shift on the war in Ukraine, where he dropped a long-held demand for a ceasefire as a precondition for peace talks with Russia. For now, the administration appears set to make the elimination of mail-in voting a central political battle in the months ahead. And while the debate over mail-in ballots concerns the method of voting, a parallel fight is escalating over the maps that determine whose votes count where. High-stakes redistricting battles are underway in both Texas and California, with national implications for control of the House of Representatives. In Texas, the Republican-controlled legislature is poised to pass a new congressional map, a move strongly encouraged by President Trump. The proposed map could flip as many as 5 congressional districts from Democratic to Republican control. The vote is expected to proceed swiftly after dozens of Democratic state representatives ended a weeks-long walkout that had denied the House a quorum. In response to the Texas maneuver, Democrats in California are launching an aggressive counteroffensive. Governor Gavin Newsom is leading a push to hold a special election this year. The goal is to ask voters to approve a referendum that would temporarily suspend California's independent, nonpartisan Redistricting Commission. This would allow the state's Democratic supermajority legislature to draw new maps designed to eliminate up to 5 Republican-held seats. The move is being fiercely opposed by California Republicans. Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has decried it as a power grab with no public input, and former Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, who championed the creation of the Independent Commission, has announced he is preparing for a new battle to terminate gerrymandering, arguing that what is wrong for one party to do in Texas is also wrong for the other party to do in California. Beyond the redrawing of political lines, the administration is also re-examining financial lines, specifically where federal security grants are being directed. The Department of Homeland Security has confirmed it is reviewing and pulling funding from nonprofit groups with alleged ties to terrorist organizations. The move follows a recent report by the Middle East Forum, a conservative think tank, which claimed that over $25 million in DHS and FEMA grants were awarded to what it called terror-linked groups over the past decade. A DHS official stated the department takes the report's findings very seriously. So far, 49 projects have had their funding canceled, a move the department estimates will save $8 million. The review is focused on FEMA's nonprofit security grant program, which helps protect faith-based institutions from hate-driven violence. The report flagged a 2019 grant to a Virginia mosque once described by a federal agency as a front for Hamas operatives, as well as funding for the Council on American Islamic Relations, or CARE. In a statement, CARE said it has no active federal grants that could be cut and dismissed the report as the ravings of an Israel First hate website. The organization also recently urged groups to withdraw from applying for DHS grants due to new vetting rules. For its part, DHS says it is implementing a more robust vetting process for all fiscal year 2010, meaning Mossen Chow, fiscal 2025 fiscal 25 applicants to ensure taxpayer money does not empower groups that could pose a threat to the United States. That same level of scrutiny is now being applied to a high-level appointee at the nation's central bank. President Trump today called for the resignation of Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook, following serious allegations of mortgage fraud. The president's call came shortly after Bill Pulte, the chairman of the Federal Housing Finance Agency, publicly released a criminal referral letter sent to the Attorney General. In the letter, Pulte alleges that Governor Cook may have committed mortgage fraud by falsifying bank documents and property records. The specific allegation centers on two properties, one in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and another in Atlanta, Georgia. The referral claims that in 2021, Cook may have misrepresented both properties as her primary residence within weeks of each other. According to the allegation, the purpose of this misrepresentation was to acquire more favorable loan terms and lower interest rates than she would have otherwise qualified for. In a post on social media, President Trump was blunt, stating, "Cook must resign now." Governor Cook has not yet responded to the allegations or the president's call for her to step down.